Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Buongiorno.
Wow, buongiorno, signor.
You people and
Wow.
your foreign languages.
Hey, bonjour, ça va, bienvenue au jeu de Donjons et Dragons.
Les
I
songes
wasn't ready for this.
sont fond.
I was just watching a Desert last night. Les souris est
Champion.
sous de la table, le chat est sur la chaise et le singe est sur la...
I just had to
Songe
start
disparu.
carrying around a monkey with me, but he'd just fuck off. He'd do his own thing.
Exactly. It was a bloody monkey.
Les songes
was a
sont
cheeky
les
monkey.
boosts. Le boost.
Yeah. Et Keanu Reeves est dans l'autobus.
Sandra Bullock.
L'autobus. Jeff
That was
Daniels
the plot
est
to
déjà mort.
Speed. Or as they say in France, spid.
Is that Jody's dog?
Yes, vintage idiot. Yes, that's little George.
I love George.
George is an absolute little bastard, but he is very, very loving.
Oh, so Jody likes
Very, very
bastards.
excited.
Oh.
It's uncalled for.
I'm sorry.
We're playing
That was-
D&D. It's always called for.
That was so mean. That's
I'm
made me really sad, Iris.
No, I'm sorry.
I need a minute.
I need a minute as well. I can't stop smiling so much. Jeez.
Oh my god.
You broke the Brits. Well done.
Well,
Not for the first time. My sound is not. Just like thumbs up or nod. Something.
It's a Dr. Roboto thing.
oh,
Well, I guess I have to take over. Everybody roll for initiative.
All right.
No, you're too late. We've already got a sub.
Brill takes 3 arrows to the chest by the goblins.
Oh, I can't wait to play that barbarian.
You just need a multi-class. That's what it is. Brill is a barbarian paladin.
Hell no. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not sacrificing any of my
be-
power.
You would be like this Bruce Banner the Hulk kind of thing.
I just want to help people until you
Somebody-
piss me off.
Somebody comes along, starts pushing him. He's like, "Hey, stop pushing me! Hey, stop pushing me! You don't want to piss me off, man! Don't stop pushing."
I hate to say that the way I've been playing Paladin, I mean, it's not that far off at the moment.
You need to join us as a Witchblade. You need to join us as a Witch Knight.
Oh, we have another player.
Eventually.
Oh, and another player.
And another one. And another one.
wanna say hi? Hi.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
Say hello there. Tell them what your name is.
My name's Liam.
I'm Steve.
I can't find your ears.
Raymond.
You hear him? Said he's Raymond, and that's Steve. Who's that guy in the middle?
Hi.
You found him.
Remember to heat it up.
You should switch him into your spot Serenity before Paul comes back and see if he notices.
Okay.
If he comes back.
When you want to talk, you have to hold this button down. What do you want to do?
Well, what do we want to do?
I want to kick some goblin butt.
I dislike goblins. I want them to die in a ditch.
Oh, another person. How many people do you have there?
See the
This is my bigger brother.
Uh-oh. Okay, here we go.
I think I'm back in.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, 2 seconds. It's only showing me Steve. Here we go, hang on.
Hey! Welcome back.
There we go, I think that's better. It's so laggy. Yes, I think we're good. What is Morpheus doing in the background there?
Oh, I think he's just petting a dog or something.
What have I missed? What have I missed?
Nothing.
hang on.
Nothing.
No, everything's as normal. As normal.
I'm so confused right now.
We de-aged Morpheus. Look how young he is.
It's incredible. The technology gets better and better every year. Last year it was Robert De Niro in The Irishman.
Yes.
And this year, Morpheus is now down to sort of like embryo size. Let's give a little wave. So, quick question, Iris. Do we have to temper our language? Are you on headphones? Are you on speakers?
He has headphones in, but I swear around him all the time because I feel like kids should hear swearing and know how to deal with it and when it's appropriate because they're going to hear it eventually anyway. So, but thank you for asking.
That's fine. Yeah, no hassle. Didn't want anyone being offended, upset, get in trouble. So that's all good. How is everyone?
Doing well here.
Ready to get my D&D fix.
Oh, is he saying bad words? Is that why you popped him in the mouth?
No, he was just making a dumb face.
So, hopefully my connection will stand up tonight. It seems to be going a bit laggy. Bye!
Go for it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye.
Hey, Scram.
Future paladins,
Yeah,
I take it.
The little one? No. He's going to be a bard who steals shit.
Really? No, I can't see that. No.
I mean, he's doing pretty well on his stealth check right now, so possibly a rogue.
Man, he's 7 and he just grew into 5T clothes, so he's gonna get a size bonus too for hiding.
Cool. We all good?
Yeah, he's gonna heat up a piece of pizza for him real quick, but yeah.
Yeah, no hassle. So I'll just do a quick recap, unless someone else wants to recap. Make sure you're all paying attention.
I know we were at camp and somebody started shooting arrows at us.
Yes.
And we were trying to decide if it was angry squirrels or something we really need to be worried about.
That's right, because Brill had managed to piss off the entire squirrel population of the Neverwinter woods. So, yeah, you do have that to contend with.
We have to go help Pip.
Yes, so Pip has been kidnapped, you assume, by the Black Spider, or one of the Black Spider's minions. Pip's father, the Toblin, the innkeeper, was found dead. And if you remember, your medicine check, which I think Ochi did,
Correct.
showed that it looked like he had actually been dead for longer than would make sense from when he left the village with Pip yesterday. You decided to enter Neverwinter Wood to try and head up towards Thundertree eventually, but you're also sort of, roughly this area is where Cragmore Castle is. So you may get lucky and find the castle, would be your thinking. But failing that, further north in the forest is the druid Rydoth, who Brill knows from his history with the druids of the forest. And as you say, we got to the stage where everyone had said the first watch, which was Ochi's, went without any problems. The second watch was Harrow's, and he kind of started to doze off, and suddenly this arrow flew out. A couple of bits of housekeeping just before we start. So you will see on the map I have created an NPC character for Droop.
Oh god, now we gotta protect him.
Which I thought Serenity could control. I've given you access to Droop's character sheet, and you should have access to moving him as well, Iris. But if anyone else wants to have control of him, we can add you onto the list of people who have access. So that's one thing. The second thing is, just as we were finishing last week, we were talking about armor and how the fact that some of you sleeping would not have armor on. I was reading up on this, and it's fairly, there are obviously differing views, but it's fairly reasonably acknowledged by historians that quite often armies would sleep in their armor, as it was a lot of hassle for them to don and doff it every day. For a lot of soldiers, it was easier just to keep it on. So I will give you the choice. So that would be Brill and Serenity. I'll give you the choice. You can, if you want to say that you had taken your armor off, that's fine, and we'll adjust your armor class accordingly. But I am happy for you to say that you were sleeping in your armor, because the thing you'll have to remember is that it will take you your first action to get your shield. Also, I'll tell you now that these guys basically get a surprise round. So you may want to just have your full armor class. I'll leave it up to you, but that's my thinking behind that.
If Serenity is still getting a full night of sleep, she would probably sleep with her armor on. But if she didn't, she needs her spells back. So
Yeah, so that's the other thing as well, is that oh yeah, no, never mind, that's fine. So yeah, so you can, like I say, let me know if you're keeping armor on. Great, I don't have a problem with that because there is historical precedent for it, basically. What
and it would still
about,
count as a long rest.
so assuming this battle goes, basically the way again, this is something that's kind of slightly contested, but a long rest is generally seen as 8 hours. And the wording is a bit dubious in the player's handbook. I am inclined to say that as long as this battle goes normally, and then we worked on the assumption that you guys then went straight back to sleep, excluding the person that was doing watch, I'm happy for that to count as a long rest. Given that you're all fairly low level still, I don't want to start imposing lots of exhaustion and things like that on you yet. When we get to higher levels, we might sort of make that a bit stricter. But for now, I'm quite happy for once this battle is done, and assuming nothing else happens during the night, that's when you get your long rest. So if you, because this is sort of a full day that's happened, so the timeline for today, that this morning when you woke up, you realised that Pip was gone, and then you travelled throughout the day, and we're now on that evening. So you haven't actually, I don't think you used any spells in the village that morning, did you, Serenity?
No, I only used 1 point of lay on hands, I think. Oh, but we
Yes,
had done
try
had. I thought we did a short rest and not a long rest, and that's what the confusion was. But I might be totally wrong. Oh no, I slept shitty because you gave me nightmares.
Yes.
So I'm the only
so
one
you
who
all
needs a long rest. Yeah.
You all had nightmares the night before, and so you're technically at the moment still suffering from exhaustion. Won't dissipate until you've completed your next long rest. However, exhaustion only applies to ability checks. It doesn't apply to attack rolls. So that won't have an effect on this battle. So if I needed you to do an ability, if you wanted to do some sort of ability as an action, you'd have disadvantage. But for regular attack rolls and spells, you're fine.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. So, Arrow has flown overhead, and I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Ooh, Brill, nice roll.
Wow. Good initiatives there.
Oh wait, just wait for it.
Hey!
Oh,
Man, it was
pretty
double
good.
digits.
There we go. Okay. So, like I say, with the way that they're sneaking up, and with the fact that 3 of you were asleep, and Harrow's perception was a 3.
Oh, sure. Blame Harrow.
Always. Whenever I can, I will. Don't worry.
You're a monster.
So, I've been called worse. So, what you would notice, they are all going to get a surprise round. So it's nighttime. We did say that the fire was low, but not out. So you do still have some light, and obviously, Harrow, you have your 120 feet dark vision anyway, so you would see these guys.
Oh no, that's not a goblin.
I don't remember ever saying goblin. You know what they say about assumption, don't you?
They make an ass out of you.
And me.
That's what I
An
said.
ass out of you and umption.
That's what I said.
And then there was I'll just reveal them all now rather than doing it time at a time.
Quick question for some clarification. How long was I asleep for?
Absolutely. So you were, we'll say you were dozing rather than actually asleep.
So
But
I was
you
just kind of
were sort of-
rubbernecking before the arrow hit?
Yeah, you would have been sort of, that way that it's a nice warm day and you sat on this tea and everything's just kind of nice and you start to feel drowsy and feel warm. So you weren't actively looking around. You'd sort of been staring into the fire and feeling your eyes start to... Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to know for my false life spell, since it's got an hour duration, whether or not I had like fallen asleep for a couple hours and then got shot at.
No, nothing like that. No, your false life would be... I assume you cast it, just started your watch.
Yep.
So yeah, false life is fine. Yeah, no, I think we've kind of established by now that you pretty much, as soon as your false life runs out, you cast it again. Like you pretty much permanently have an extra 1d4 plus 4 hit points on top of...
Yeah, it's generally a good policy when you've got low armor class.
Fucking warlocks. Right, so...
You just wait. Everybody in the game is going to be a warlock before this is over.
Yeah, you're all taking warlock levels apparently, aren't you? We'll see. I'll find some way to stop that.
Brill's over there being like, no, not me. You are too. You are totally going to swear an oath to the ancient forests.
No,
Tree Daddy.
No.
Tree Daddy.
Call me Tree Daddy.
And then we can all have double sight and just drop darkness everywhere and kill everything.
Yes.
Children, gather round. Suck on my nectar.
Oh.
Yes,
Man,
Tree Daddy,
every roll
we
you're
love
doing tonight
you.
is at disadvantage. You dirty, dirty boy. Right, okay.
You get de-inspiration.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the first hobgoblin is going to come down as soon as I can get his character sheet up. Oh, Fudger. Can you hear me?
You're stalling out pretty bad.
And you're gone.
Bye, Paul. We'll miss
Steve,
you.
what did you do?
I think I'm back.
That sounds way better, actually.
Yeah, you're back.
Excellent. Okay. Camera on. There we are. The camera's probably not helping, but I want to subject you all to my beautiful face. So, right. So the first hobgoblin move round 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to move up to
What a jerk.
He caught you napping.
I deserve this.
I'm going to try swap into something else for my for Discord because my laptop is just not happy. Give me 2 seconds, folks. I'm sorry.
No rush, it's okay.
I know what I'm missing. I need battle music.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's a phone, so it's a slightly different angle, but I'm sure you'll all live. Okay, sorry. So where were we? He was going to swing his longsword at Harrow. He's kind of managed to sort of run round, realizing that Harrow is now awake. He has run round, and he rolls a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, and he does 8 slashing damage.
Ow!
And seeing or hearing Harrow give such a pathetic little "ow," he sort of chuckles to himself, and
Oh, he thinks it's funny?
he thinks it's
Rude.
hilarious.
He thinks it. I'm going to totally light his ass on fire for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Are you doing Hellish Rebuke? Or are you just general
Heck yeah.
talking shit? Yeah, okay. That's fine. Wow, okay. So that's a dex save of 13 that he needs to make. And he rolls an 11. So he fails that, so it takes 7 damage. So instantly he starts chuckling, and then you mutter some infernal words at him, your hand held out, and the chuckles quickly stop, and he panics and looks down at his arm where this sort of eldritch flame is started to rise up to his shoulder, and he's not laughing now. Congratulations, you stopped him. Okay, so he is also going to move back
Get him.
the rest of his movement, which is another 10 feet.
Get him, Harrow.
Does that cause an attack of opportunity?
It sure does.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good night.
Uh, 18 is the armor class, so that succeeds. For another 12.
Ooh.
Holy shit! He is gone. He takes that step back and he just crumples to the ground.
Kind of growl at him and be like, "Not laughing now, are you, buddy?"
He is too dead to reply, unfortunately. So, up next, because they are all on the surprise round, so next we have this chap up at the top here, and he is going to take just a couple of steps to his left.
Away from Harrow.
Seeing from behind his bush, seeing what Harrow did to him, he thought, okay, I'm not taking the chance. I'm going nowhere near that guy. And what he's going to do is he is actually going to fire his longbow at Ochi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he misses massively with a 9. He is nowhere near hitting you with that. Obviously, still perturbed by just how easily his comrade went down. He sends his arrow a mile in the wrong direction, and then he just is going to step back, back there behind the bush. Okay. So up next we have this hobgoblin here, who is going to come round 5, 10, 15, 20, and he is going to swing his longsword at Ochi. And he also rolls a 9,
Jesus.
which misses entirely. And at this point, he's sort of deciding whether or not he should retreat to a safer distance. And he decides against it. He decides that he's going to stick it out where he is.
Yeah, stay right there.
And then
Don't make me chase you. You just die tired.
So this hobgoblin here is going to fire his longbow at Droop.
No.
Because he's very confused as to why there is a goblin in this group of obviously adventurers, and he is oh shit!
Oh no!
It's a crit.
There is one thing that might save him.
Go on.
Oh no, never mind. Never mind. He's getting crit.
And that is for 13 points of damage.
Now my deflect.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Do goblins roll on the same rules as people?
What is it? Save throws. Yes, but the remaining damage would be 6, which isn't quite. Yes, if he had taken one more point, it would have been an insta death. But you should, if you open his character sheet, you should have the option for death saves, because I created it as an NPC character sheet. If you can't find it on there, just use the menu on the left just to roll a d20 that way. We'll give him death saves, we'll give him a fighting chance.
Nice.
So wow, the rolls tonight are incredible already. So okay, 2 successes. He only needs one more, and we'll let him have that. That's fine. But yeah, for now, Droop is entirely unconscious. And then we have one more hobgoblin up here, and he is going to fire his longbow at Harrow. And he is firing a 21 to hit.
Ooh.
Ow!
And Harrow takes 6 piercing damage.
It's like the first time he's had bloodshed. He's like,
What is this
so
stuff?
it's back to the top of the round, and it is Brill. You're up.
Okay.
Avenge Droop.
Brill's gonna, yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna get up from prone because he's been sleeping, lying down.
Yep.
He's gonna, yeah, use his movement to head over to Droop.
Okay.
He's be like, we're surrounded by redskins. And he's
kind of look at him like, what?
I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore, Steve.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a very PC guy, it turns out. But he's gonna make up for it by casting heroism on Droop.
Okay, so heroism. So until the spell ends, Droop is immune, frightened. Also has temporary hit points equal to your spell modifier at the start of each turn. Oh, actually, sorry, Serenity. Can you just roll initiative for Droop as well,
So
please?
he'll have
Oh, yeah.
+5 temp HP.
+5 is. I've got +3. It's not just your spell modifier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's not your
+2
spell.
then.
It's not your spell attack.
Yeah, I was using the wrong thing.
Because that adds your proficiency. It's just your spell modifier. Are you able to get into
Okay.
Droop's character sheet? Okay, Iris.
Yeah, it just looks different, so I was trying to find where that was.
Oh, okay. So for some reason.
I forgot to highlight it.
Oh, okay. So just do another one and then for him after highlighting the token, then I'll manually amend it. 19. So actually, that means it is Droop's turn next. So Droop now does get 3 temporary hit points
And is immune to being afraid.
and is immune to being frightened for the next minute. Is it heroism?
What
1
could go
minute, yeah.
wrong?
What could go wrong indeed? So he currently has 3 temporary hit points. I've just put that in the red circle above him there. And it is now Droop's turn. So Droop stands up using half his movement. And what is his speed? It's there. So, oh, what am I doing? Sorry, Iris. I'm automatically moving goblins. You have control of Droop.
Why don't you do what you were gonna do because you had a plan, and then I'll go from now on. We can we'll share custody.
All I was going to do. Oh wow, this is beautiful. All I was going to do was have him move to the hobgoblin next to Ochi and to stab. Oh no, sorry, no, because it's only a crossbow that he has, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he only has a
crossbow him.
So yeah, so you could just crossbow whoever you want from there. What's the range of the crossbow? 80. So yeah, you could aim for any of those ones that you can see.
Let's do the one in the bush.
This one up top, or which bush?
This
Sorry.
one to
Yeah,
the north.
okay, cool. So he will have a +2 to his AC because he's behind partial cover. Droop.
Dribble rolls so much better than I do.
Wow.
Droop is the new MVP of the group, it would appear. So yeah, that does actually hit, even with the increased AC from having cover. Droop still manages to find the strength somewhere to take aim, fire properly. So roll damage for me, please. 2 piercing. It's all damage. All damage is good damage.
That's true.
Okay. So does Droop want to do anything else, or is Droop sorted?
That seems like a good turn.
Okay, cool. Sorry, also, Steve, we didn't ask if Brill had anything else to do because I got so caught up with Droop's character sheet. Did Brill want to do anything else? Move back anywhere, or?
I think in this position he'd probably just still stay on his feet there. Yeah. So nothing else.
All right, awesome, thank you. So up next we have our friend with the longbow, and he has decided to take a step out and is going to this time try firing at Harrow.
Boo.
Tried Ochi last time and didn't get anywhere, so he's going to try Harrow this time, and that would be a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll hit, and that is for 4 piercing damage. And he is then going to move back behind his cover. Ochi, over to you.
Yes. Well, this gentleman to the... Wait, okay. There we go. I can't get the thing to work. Okay, the guy to the east of me. I'm going to use my two-handed
That one there.
quarterstaff. Yes.
Okay, no worries. Unfortunately, it doesn't take you. Yeah, you swing right. Also, actually, Anna, because you would have still been asleep. So that should, yeah, no, that's fine. We'll say you used half your movement to get up.
Oh, okay, yes.
That's fine.
I will use my
Prone
unarmed
some-
strike.
Okay. That hits. Good old monk's unarmed strike.
Oh, 4.
Or bludgeoning damage. So your staff doesn't quite connect, but as you bring it round, bring your elbow up into his face, you feel the cartilage snap in his nose.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, I think I'm going to stay here.
Serenity, over to you.
Okay, so she has a half a move action because she has to stand up, right?
She has to stand up, so that will use half her action. Yeah, half her move.
Kitty,
Ooh.
she's so cute. Look at her little shadow. What a good little void. What's his name? Her name. What's their name?
His name is Ripley.
Ripley?
Believe it or not.
Yes.
Funnily enough, that is the same look Jody gives me when I tell a terrible dad joke as well.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move here since I only have half movement.
Okay.
No wait, because I can't.
Let me just check something. Yeah, most of that square is blank. Is empty. We won't say you've stepped in.
It doesn't matter if I step in the fire, actually. So.
Well, if I remember, you have resistance to fire damage, not immunity.
That's true. That's true.
Don't get cocky.
Oh, way too late for that. Way too late for that. Way too late for that.
I'm a menace. Okay. So since I can't reach anybody right now, I would just like to lay on hands, Droop, just for one right now.
Okay, awesome.
While her brother has 2 arrows sticking out of him, being like, the goblin?
We
Really?
all know where Serenity's
The
priorities lie,
goblin?
don't we?
He fell over. I know that you're tough. You're a tough cookie.
Okay, anything else, Serenity? No? Okay, just make sure you mark off that lay on hands point on your character sheet for me. Okay, over to Harrow, who is now, I assume, pissed off.
Yeah. Angry Harrow is angry. Harrow's gonna close in on this fellow who just shot him with a bow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Mirror Image.
Oh.
So just rush him, like angry, snarling, filled with arrows, and then just split into 4 of me.
Okay, let me just quickly read up on this, just so I know what I. So you have 3 duplicates plus you, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. We'll, keep an eye on that as we go, and if I miss anything, just okay. So that's your action. Any bonus actions?
You know what? I'll go ahead and do my Hexblade Curse on him also.
Okay. Good guy. Right. Let's little skull there for Hexblade's Curse. So that is one that lasts for. Cool. Anything else, or are you all good?
I'm good.
So next up is this hobgoblin down next to Ochi, and as he raises his longsword, he grunts, "Why won't you die?" And I'm not doing any voices tonight. I'll warn you now because my throat is quite sore, and I think if I sort of try to do any voices, I will probably end up seriously damaging myself.
As much as we miss it, we'll understand.
Yes.
Well, that's very generous of you. And the good news as well is that he absolutely shitty. So he's getting very frustrated at Ochi that Ochi just seems to be sort of swirling and moving and nothing's landing. And the fact that he's just managed to break his nose a second. He's not a happy hobgoblin. Next is this chap over here, seeing that Ochi is getting into some trouble. Sorry, not that Ochi is getting into some trouble, that his colleague is getting into some trouble. He is going to fire his longbow at Ochi, and he rolls a 9.
That's the number, apparently.
That seems to be the number tonight, and that is, yeah, he is getting nowhere with that. Just before he finishes his turn, he shouts to the rest of the group, "You know we need to kill them. There's good money to be had with these heads."
I was kind of wondering why they. Yeah.
Bounty hunters hired by the spider himself. Oh, we gotta keep one of these guys alive for fun and games.
They're obviously here for a famous artist.
Yeah, the last one you're interrogating
Who?
him, and he says, "Oh, I was only here for the exhibition."
When the lie gets too big.
Now this chap up at the very north here, he's going to step out, and he is going to fire at Harold with his long.
You bastard. I've got a tree in the way. Does that count for armor class?
Let's just have a. Oh yeah, so that would be a +2 to your AC.
Woo!
However, it would absolutely pointless anyway because he complete shit.
He just whiffs.
Yeah. So now, is it on a hit or is it any attack that they have to determine?
So
Because
it's
does it affect how do your duplicates disappear if they're.
So yeah, basically when they attack me, we roll a d20, and depending on how many duplicates I have, the difficulty changes to see which one they hit. So when I have all 3 out, a 6 or higher targets one of my mirror images, and then we use their armor class instead of my armor class.
Okay. So let me do the d20, which was
So that would be me.
Oh, you roll a d20.
Oh no, that dice roll you made with the 3 means that
right,
he
okay.
targeted me.
Means that it targeted you, but it missed anyway. Yeah, because he 12.
Yeah, I don't think it matters who actually rolls for the targeting.
Some players I think like to do all that themselves, but that's fine. Okay, so yeah, he misses anyway. And
Bunch of mirror images flip him off.
awesome. And he is going to step back behind his cover, and then last of. Oh no, that's the one that's dead. So it's back to Brill.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go up and say hello to our cover guy. Yeah, so I can get over there with a 25 feet of movement, and
Okay,
I'm gonna get out my holy twig. Gonna point it at him, and
Is that what we're
I'm-
calling it these days?
that's what he's got. That's what he's got in his pocket is a holy twig.
Twig and berries.
Ah, all
He's
bush, no
gonna
tree.
use his channel divinity to cast Nature's Wrath on him. So I'd need a strength or dexterity save from him.
Is it a whichever is better or whichever you choose?
Whichever you choose.
Plus. X 13.
Okay. Let's see.
So he makes it.
So,
I think because that is your DC, isn't it?
yeah, that ties my DC.
Yeah. So
Ah.
let me just check. Yeah. So he's absolutely fine. Fortunately.
Okay. Well, I'll use those last 5 feet of movement to just basically block him in. That's the end of my turn.
So ensnaring strike is a bonus action, isn't it? So you could still have an action. Sure, ensnaring strike is a bonus. Yeah.
So no. So this was Nature's Wrath.
Oh,
So
it was
it's part
Nature's
of
Wrath. I'm so
my
sorry. I'm looking at the wrong.
paladin feature. So
Yeah. Post-it note.
but no, that's
Apologies.
spell. So I was using the channel divinity instead. So that's all I got.
No worries. So up next we have Droop. I will let you take this one, Iris.
Oh, okay, so he'll probably just fire at this guy bothering Ochi again, I assume. Or how far does yeah, he'll just fire at the guy that he fired at last turn.
Okay.
Wow.
So that one does not hit, fortunately.
Rough. These guys are tooled to the teeth.
Very good armor.
And that's his turn, yeah.
Yeah. So next, this guy on longbow, and he actually going to step here. Which
I'll take that attack of opportunity.
by all means, go for it.
Get him, Arrow.
Bastard.
Unfortunately not. It just slips out of reach as you're swinging. But is now going to fire directly at Ochi. That so he rolls a 20, dirty 20. So that will hit Ochi.
And can I
Slightly.
use? How does this deflect missiles work?
Okay, so deflect missiles. Let's have a look. So you need to spend a key point and hand. So quarterstaff. Save for me, just quick. I just want to see if you can react quickly enough to drop one side of your quarterstaff
I'm rolling what
in
now?
order to catch the missile.
What did you ask me to roll?
Oh, sorry, Dex saving, please. Dexterity save. Yeah, we'll say that you quite safely sense that arrow coming, and I'll say that you can drop one side of your quarterstaff, which you were holding like this, giving two-handed, but you managed to drop it, and that's fine. So 110 plus Dex mod plus 3 level. D10 energy. Yep. Holy shit! What are you guys rolling tonight? Okay, so you reduce the damage from the arrow to 0.
All right,
and you actually catch it in midair. If you want, you can spend a point to actually throw it back as a ranged attack.
yeah, let's give that a spin. Let's see how it works.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a brilliant thing for monks that you can do. So that's fine. So it'll be your Dex modifier since it's a ranged attack, plus your efficiency, which is plus 2. So yeah, roll a. So yeah, you can do it. Just roll a d20. Add Dex of E. Okay, so you do 8.
Oh, my bad. I hit it too many times.
Okay, no worries. So that's fine. So we'll use the first one. So that was 5 plus proficiency plus Dex. Actually, so this guy, this hobgoblin at the back,
Yes.
fires a longbow directly at Ochi. He thinks Ochi's distracted, dealing with my colleague over there. Fires straight at you. You drop one half of your quarterstaff, catch the missile in midair, bring it round, throw it back, and it sticks straight in his throat.
Oh
He
no!
falls back, dead. You did enough damage with that throwback that you killed him with your own arrow.
Yes. Thank you. And that cost me 1 key.
Okay, so that's cost you 2. One to catch it, and another.
Understood. Marked it.
I will
think
heal
you-
myself
I
from
think
his
you-
hex.
Sorry, say that again.
Since he just got aced, I'm gonna use my hex to heal myself.
Yes, go for it. Absolutely. So he took 8 damage. No, he didn't. He took more than that. Sorry, he took 10 damage. So you'll be, well, either way, you'll be back.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I did it
I just
already.
heal my warlock level and my charisma modifier.
Oh, it's not damage equivalent to the damage that
Yeah,
you took.
yep.
Sorry. I've been doing so many post-it notes this week trying to kind of track up everyone's abilities.
No worries.
Okay, so that was his turn. So Ochi, it is now actually your turn because that was all a reaction last time. So
Yes.
yeah, so you now still have your actual turn.
Go with this gentleman right here. Oh, and I keep forgetting to hit the keys. Hold on. I'm gonna go for this gentleman to the right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hand it quarterstaff.
Okay.
Woo! Woo!
Get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll hit him.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll damage.
7. That's not bad.
So, in the space of, given that each round lasts 6 seconds, in the space of essentially 1 second, Ochi manages to return an arrow to one attacker without breaking stride, lift his quarterstaff back up, swing to the other guy, and kill him as well.
Oh, but I'm not done.
So
Hold on.
Ochi is doing particularly well in there, and you still have unarmed strike.
Yes,
Doing
I'm
that,
gonna sprint
I
to
assume you.
Brill. Okay, and I'll use my unarmed strike.
Yeah.
we got to keep one of these
So,
alive.
let me just quickly shift you a second. It will count as him behind partial cover, just so you know. Okay. But
I don't
either
think
way,
that didn't work.
yeah, it quite again. I think you lost some momentum running over, dashing like that.
Understood, but it looked good.
Catching. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Havoc distracted
not-
me. Or Harrow
not
distracted me because
not happy. Not happy with the double cinematic murder that just took place.
That was fantastic.
Now
It's like a
also wants to
tide-turning
go
moment.
running through the map. Okay, so assuming you're done there, Archie, it's over to Serenity.
Correct.
Okay, so so she's just gonna move here and then basically full defensive.
Okay.
Gotta protect that little goblin.
Gotta protect a little cutie pie. Okay. Harrow, back to you.
Okay, I'm going to move to right there. And then Eldritch Blast that fellow right there.
Okay, so the attack.
There we go.
Oh, motherfucker. Yes, that hits. So go ahead and roll damage. So yeah, so Harrow runs past Serenity, does almost like a baseball slide, and as he's doing it, not to make you go, don't worry, I won't pose that on you, but as he's sliding, shoots out his hand, the Eldritch rays head over and whack this guy for the breastplate and do a nasty bit of damage. Anything else?
That should do it.
So next is this guy here, and he is not happy about being attacked by Harrow. So he's going to fire his longbow straight at him. And he is so shaken by the Eldritch Blast that just hit him, fires massively wide. He's it's then over to the guy next to Kochi, and he is going to use his longbow at Brill, but given that it's within 5 feet, he'll be at disadvantage because there's nothing else here. Goes a 10. So
Not going to do it, unfortunately.
even with Brill, little beady Brill, who's always so nervous and scared, he just stands there staring this hobgoblin down, daring
I
him
actually want him to
try.
hit me.
And even 5 feet away, he can't miss you, he bottoms it. Okay, and then that will to Brill.
Oh, what am I supposed to do? Fine. And Bill will try and punch this guy, but I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike as a bonus action on myself before doing it.
Okay, no problem. So, just to confirm as well,
Go punch.
cool, that's fine. So that will hit because this guy doesn't have a shield. But just to confirm, because Ensnaring Strike is concentration, your concentration on heroism drops.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But he does still have his 3 temporary points from. Is it the start of his start of each turn, so he's going to lose his temporary hit points in a second. But yeah, just so you. But yeah, that punch does hit. So go ahead and for damage.
Oh heck. Yep. Okay. Beautiful. He gets the 1 damage, but hold on a second.
Yes.
I need a strength saving throw. DC 13.
So that when does he make that? Does he? Oh yeah, there we go. Strength save. He rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
Oh,
Haha.
So he is restrained. Let's see what symbol to use for restraint. Let's use spider webs because you know there's a little restraint. Okay. Each start of each of its turns just take d6.
And
Okay.
yeah, with that, Brill's gonna walk away.
Like a boss.
Goodbye. I said good day.
did you
That's
say
fine.
he was restrained by spider webs?
He's
So
not
I might
restrained
get
by
an
spider
attack.
webs. I'm just using the spider web symbol
Oh, okay.
to yeah. Now I'm just checking for restrained.
He can get an attack on me if he wants, but it will be at disadvantage.
Yes, he is going to take that. And yeah, he misses entirely. He can't quite get his arrow right because he's got his arms pinned to his side by these thorny vines. Okay. So Droop now has no temporary hit points, so he's just on his 1 hit point, just so you know, Serenity. But what do you want?
Get that man a sandwich or something.
I know. Can he? How far does the bow go?
The crossbow, I think it's 80 feet. That's a look. So the usual range is up to 80 feet. Beyond 80 feet, disadvantage.
Okay, so he's probably gonna shoot at this guy.
This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Jesus Christ!
Fucking
What is this lizard smoking?
I'm glad you friended him.
this
Yeah.
God.
Whoops, that was my bad.
Yeah, no hassle. So yeah, that absolutely hits. For 1 pierce damage.
Yeah, get it.
Okay. This hobgoblin up here is starting particularly hacked off that this has not been as easy a mission as he was expecting. Okay. Anything else for Droop?
Nope.
So it is to Ochi.
Okay. I will see if I can knock. See if we'll knock that one unconscious. With a two-handed
Range
quarterstaff.
as well, you'll have advantage.
Yes. So he's restrained. So like Steve says, you have advantage against.
Good old monk beatdown about to happen.
Fuck's
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Ray, you are definitely our damage dealer of this group.
Can everyone try logging out and logging back in and see if we get some more average dice rolls?
This is average. This is average for Ochi.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
there's nothing
actually.
exceptional about this. He is performing as expected.
Well, yeah. Okay, so roll for damage. So he is knocked unconscious. He's not dead, but let's him down. Restrained. He would still be restrained, I suppose.
Yes. I think he's got a minute's worth.
Yeah, let's see. When it doesn't only lose restrained. A strength check is successful, so yeah, he's still restrained. And let's have conscious. Let's do. Let's just do the skull to say that he's unconscious. Okay. Anything else? Any more movement?
Yes,
like
sir. We're going to do... Oop. Does that look good?
Yeah, that's fine for me. Yeah.
And I'll use my bonus action.
Sure.
Not so well this time.
That one. What does it hit? So next we have Serenity.
Can I roll? Because technically Serenity doesn't know that there isn't any other of these hobgoblins, right? Is it a whole action to like look around to see if there's any more before trying to leave Droop?
If you were doing it to that level that you were trying to reassure yourself in combat, I would say yeah, that would be a full action perception check.
Okay. Well, I guess Serenity is going to assume since Brill is nearby, she's going to run up and try and help Ochi, but it'll take her a bit to get there.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Hera with the
are
assist.
Are you casting anything, or is that it?
That's it.
Awesome. And yeah, over to Harrow next.
Okay, let's bonus action hex this last hobgoblin.
Okay.
That just rolls damage apparently. Not what I wanted to do, but okay, whatever.
Okay, so yeah, just roll your attack now. That's fine.
I'll move right here so I'm not shooting over Ochi's head.
Okay,
I
that's fine.
appreciate that.
Oh,
So yes, that will hit that one.
oh, will it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
all
cool.
right.
Because it's a longbow one, so it's 16. So 10 plus the hex damage. There is not even any point in me asking which ability you want to affect because he is dead. He is gone.
Exploding Nation.
Explodes into a pile of. Okay, so
So since the spell hasn't ended, I'll move that hex over onto the one that we have restrained, and we'll penalize his wisdom.
okay, you know, so we're all starting to get a bit more strategic now, aren't we? It
Trying to.
feels like that. That's good. Right, what we'll use to mark as hex? Right, okay, he's hexed. He's unconscious and he's still restrained.
That guy's in a bad way.
So
Now we break both of his legs, so he's hindered,
fucking hell, Harry.
and then make a really lousy meal, so he's nauseated.
So I think, given that he's unconscious, we can safely say that we are out of combat now. But the restraint will still apply for just under a minute, assuming he keeps his concentration. And he's currently unconscious, and he is hexed. And how long does hex last for? 1 hour, and that is also concentration. Okay, awesome. Let's just click initiative. Is me.
Droop, have some health. I just pump Droop as
Aw.
for full health.
Oh, this is.
I don't know how much he needs.
Okay, what? Just using lay on hands, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much health does Droop have?
7.
Oh,
He's squishy. He is just a regular goblin. So yeah, he's got no special
Well, let's loot
features
all
or
the
anything like that.
It's great.
let's loot all the dead bodies and see if we can find them some armor or something. It looks like he has
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Every
We're
time
just
I
going to be
look
like buckling plates to him. Like, this looks like a hobgoblin thigh plate. You can use it as a chest plate.
at- Yeah.
Here's a boot. You can use it as a helmet.
Cut a small eye slit in it for him and just
Well, his token looks like he's naked. I mean,
He probably
Is he?
almost.
It looks like he's
It was-
naked and
Oh,
he has
no.
a T.
he has
And he's got a little bit of
armor.
blush.
He has leather armor. It was sort of the most like cowardly comedy type goblin JPEG that I could find at short notice. So yes, he does have leather armor on.
I'm
But
just
he
worried
has,
though.
he has no shield. He has his light crossbow, and that's it.
So we've not had like just this naked goblin with us all this time. He
Yeah,
should
no,
probably like understand like the stares that we've been getting and things like that.
yeah,
Turns out that was
wandering.
Halder's problem with it the whole time. It wasn't that it was a goblin, it was a naked goblin.
He was judging us for not clothing the goblin.
So I was like, put that thing away.
What is wrong with you people?
Get that goblin covered up before you take him anywhere. Okay, so someone talked about looting. Are you doing that before you interrogate
Don't see
your
why
man?
not.
May as well. He's taking a nap anyway.
I'll drag our soon to be interrogated hobgoblin over to the fire pit and make him comfortable.
Is Groot good at torture as well?
You're a psycho tonight. What's going so I won't make you go for it, but between the dead bodies, you find I don't want to make it with this iris as the official treasure key. You find 50 copper pieces, 14 silver pieces, 5 gold pieces. On this one, the top right, on his body, you also find a slip of parchment, which has crudely drawn figures of the not and underneath it says 50 pieces per head, and it's signed the name Virith.
Viren?
Virith. I'll pop it in
Virith.
the chat for you.
So it was crudely drawn figures of, is it the party, but not group, you
Yes.
said?
To the party, but not Drew.
Oh, can we see that
So
picture?
four stick
That-
figures,
there is-
3 of them with horns.
There isn't one officially, unfortunately. Let me just quickly.
You said 50 gold pieces per head?
50 gold pieces per head.
Oh.
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 Maybe we could collect that bounty.
Yeah, come over here,
Just
Brill. Put
show
your
up
head on
on
this wall.
No, we just show up and technically we've delivered our heads, so
He's not wrong.
Artists are always finding a way to make a quick buck.
desperate for money. Desperate.
You know, artists only make a lot of money after they're dead.
It looks like that.
What, 50 gold?
Hey, yeah, it's wonderful.
Yay!
That is fantastic.
I love
I
it.
like that Ochi has his stick.
Yes.
It was
and no horns.
Exactly.
It would work.
That is the extent of my artistic abilities. I would like to make very clear that I have pushed the boat out there, making the effort for that handout.
Just so we're clear, that's exactly what I had envisioned in my head.
Same.
So I think that was perfect.
And I like the fact that we take it off the dead body and recognize that it's us.
Hey, this is us. So good art then.
You don't imagine there are probably many groups of 3 tieflings and someone with a big stick wandering around these parts.
Somewhere there's a dead priest and 3 satyrs out in the forest.
Yeah. You've got the wrong group. Well,
Brill's people have been assaulted, something fierce.
Yeah.
well, now we don't need the unconscious guy.
We still need to know where to go to turn in this bounty.
Maybe he's gonna change his ways, and like
Join the group.
we scared him straight.
Just so we're clear on what change his ways means, and like my glaive, this just beautiful piece of like brass death just turns into an executioner's axe.
Nice.
Well, he might have reasons for being involved in this sort of lifestyle.
It has been a rough year.
Long, dry look.
Perhaps I should just talk to him first.
Perhaps you should.
So we'll say, you said you dragged him over by the finger, so we'll put him down here. And
Yeah,
we'll
that's
say
perfect.
We'll say by this point, he has started to regain consciousness. Restrained from ensnaring strike also at this point. Because that last one hit.
I'm going to move behind him in case he tries anything funny. Within stick striking range.
Hello, pal. You slipped. You seem to have slipped over and hit your head earlier. You all right?
Roll a deception check. Let me check something.
That's not too bad.
I'm just gonna
I'm trying to convince him that he didn't have his face beaten in.
Hey, his wisdom is currently at disadvantage. He might still be like,
no.
oh yeah.
He looks at you for a second, as if kind of piecing together where he is, who he is, who you are. For a second, you think that actually lie just worked, and then it seems that as more bits of information come back to him, his features harden. Goes from looking kind of confused and uncertain to nice try.
Oh, I had my stick ready too. I was going to crack him one.
Look, pal. I just didn't want you to feel bad about the situation, and I just gesture around to all of his dead friends.
There's no shame losing battle. Says to you, my colleagues died with pride.
Well, that's lovely for them, but let's focus on you and me at the moment. With the whole in the middle of the night finding people and trying to murder them. Now that we've scared you straight, do you feel like you'd never do that ever again?
What? No.
If I am commanded to do something, I will do it. I do not question my orders. Fear is a weakness I do not possess.
Right. Guys, any help?
Ochi put his hand on the ground and just start walking towards him with the axe.
Okay. Roll
Yes.
an intimidation check, please, Harold, with advantage.
Ooh.
Let's just. Holy shit. So, even as Harrow is coming towards this hobgoblin who's currently being held on the ground, arm stretched out, hand against the soil, and as you're raising it, he's looking at you proudly in the eye. He is not flinching one iota.
Uh-oh.
Bring me pain. I will cherish it. That wound, although would end my fighting, bring me much honor years to come. My
Okay, but what if we
sung
bring you
by
tasty
bards throughout
food?
the lands.
Well, he's
And he
taking
just-
all the fun out of this.
He looks at Serenity and just says, "Save your."
Did you say save your food? You cut off.
Save your food. Save your.
Well, this one's going to be difficult.
No, not really. I'm already behind him with my stick. Just if we're done questioning him, I'll do the deed if need be. So I don't think he's going to give us any information.
Did we loot his body? Did we loot him?
Yeah, we'll say that included him while he was unconscious. That loop. We'll say that.
I'm gonna look at Droop and ask if he has any insight into hobgoblins like this.
Okay. And Droop sits quietly, nervously. He obviously doesn't like the presence of goblins, and he says, "Hobgoblins are." I'm not doing the voice. I really want to do the voice, but I'm not doing the voice. He
You don't
says,
have to.
he says, "Hobgoblins are known for their fighting skill and pride. It's very difficult to get a hobgoblin to go against his orders."
But if they're mercenaries, what would their orders have been?
And Droop just points at the piece of parchment.
I say we fall back on Brill's plan and present ourselves. He can take us in.
Roll a general roll intimidation, please.
Just a normal roll?
No, intimidation. But just straight roll, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll be right back.
sure, yeah. Okay, and he hears you say this. He considers for. He looks directly at Harrow and says, "If I were to betray my commanders, my life would be forfeit. What can you offer me that would break?"
I mean, they're mercenaries.
So I'm-
We can offer them more gold.
Well, the
But he
question
likes
is, can you
honor
cash
and
in on
pride.
us?
Just say what you said again, Harrow. I didn't catch that. Sorry.
Or do you have to kill us to cash in on us, or can you just deliver us? Collect your money and go.
I do not think my employer would be particularly happy if I brought 4 fighting alive bodies to the castle.
What if we turned over our weapons?
Says the spellcaster.
Right?
Roll persuasion. Roll persuasion with disadvantage because he did see you casting spells. It was on the receiving end of someone. So you say that about the weapons, and he just scoffs. He knows that weapons are not weapons. He knows you have eldritch abilities. He is tough to crack. I mean, what Brule? I mean, it would probably be fairly well known, given that you're adventurers and given that you have sort of travelled around sort of before this began, Harrow and Serenity especially. They got into all sorts of scrapes. They would have heard rumors that hobgoblins are particularly resistant to bribery, sort of
and belly
defiance of governments. They're very proud. Once they get a command, they follow it. It's very unusual for a hobgoblin as a term.
I'd say we could set him free and follow him back, but we're not very stealthy. We like to trip over things.
Well,
Brilliant. You seem to have a way with the woods. Maybe you can find their tracks from where they came from?
I mean, yeah, I could try. I mean, yeah.
Or maybe you
Sure.
could talk to an animal that can track?
Yeah, I mean, I could ask. Maybe not any of the squirrels around here. I mean, we'll probably have to go away for a little bit, and
Brill,
maybe
do
I'll
you
ask some.
actually have the ability to talk to animals, or do you just talk to animals?
Throws nuts at him.
Look, stop it, okay? It's a gift from the gods of nature that I'm able to channel within myself to talk to animals. It's a divine holy power that's been bestowed upon me to look after nature and help the world and help everybody. So yes, I can. It's not a laughing matter.
Actually, you can actually talk to animals, and they understand you?
They don't always understand me.
It's the accent.
The,
It
the
might be the
hobgoblin,
accent.
Brill, can you an insight check, please?
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so you notice that as you're all having this discussion, tracking, sort of through the forest, tracking their path, talking to animals, things like that, you notice that the hobgoblin seems to be smirking.
Are you got something to add in? You want to be a civil member of this conversation now?
Civil member.
And the hobgoblin just says, "Good luck tracking."
Well, thanks. Thanks a lot, pal. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? He knows something. He knows something. You know something, don't you?
Are you trying to be scary or are you trying to be conversational?
Trying to be conversational at this moment in time.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Does a crit fail up to a 4 do it?
You saying to him you know something, and he just sits there, still on the ground, and just looks at you and smiles. Nods. Doesn't say. He looks over at Droop, sort of looks round Serenity and says, "In Goblin." Does anyone here speak Goblin? I can't remember. I think Ochi does.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So Ochi, you would hear him say in Goblin, "You are a traitor to your kind. I will make sure the word gets back to Glassstaff where his little pet has been."
Do we understand Glassstaff?
Yes. You would pick up the word Glassstaff.
Conspiratorial look between everyone.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
I can relate to the party what I've heard. Maybe like whisper it to, we'll do the huddle thing. This is what he said.
Sure.
So just to get a temperature of the group here, these people, these hobgoblins and this black spider and whoever this Verith person is, currently has a small child under their thumb.
Correct.
And we feel it's important and the right thing to save this child and right what we've brought down on this village, correct?
Brill's just nodding in silence.
Yeah.
Yes.
So finding Gundren and this child who is innocent to this conflict is very important.
Like the most important.
Just checking our compasses there real quick. I knock this guy over and haul his feet into the fire.
Okay. So roll me a strength check, just quick. Please.
Can I assist?
You're gonna have to.
So I'm going to say no because this sounds like it was being done pretty spontaneously. So you wouldn't have.
She might know me though. As soon as I'm like, so the moral compass is set. This is the right thing to do. Okay.
You can try it. If it doesn't work, then I'll.
5. The intent is made clear, if not the body
The intent is
obeyed.
made clear. Go on then, Serenity. You can roll now.
My screen is locked up. Can you roll for me?
Yes, I absolutely can. What your character sheet?
My whole computer screen.
Oh, okay. No worries. So strength check. Serenity. 19. So between the two of you, you manage to get him feet first into the fire, and he starts screaming. He starts screaming very loudly, and he is going to take. He is going to take points of fire damage straight away.
So Serenity is
No.
gonna. Oh, sorry.
So
Go ahead.
just quickly. Sorry. Given that he had kind of come around himself, he was on 1 hit point. So 3 points of fire damage. He passes straight back out.
Oh no.
That's okay. We'll let him recover.
So if he takes 3 points, does he go down to 0?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use a point of lay on hands, but I'm gonna leave him in the fire.
We're just gonna keep
So-
killing him and bringing him back to life.
You sick fucker.
Demon!
Sorry, but hang on. You're supposed to be paladin.
Well,
Did you miss the part where you fucking kidnapped him?
Let's be clear.
see,
Redemption is not always a kind one.
Brill's gonna try and
So-
yank him out.
Okay, so that's how this will work then. So Serenity lays on hands for 1 point. He instantly starts screaming again and takes
Oh no, he's gonna.
another 2 points of fire damage. So passes out again, at which point Brill drags his feet out from the fire and he is once more unconscious.
I'm lay on handsing him for 3.
Okay.
So that way, maybe he won't go out next time he gets in the fire.
And he comes round and he's still in a lot of pain. I mean, he's not unconscious, but he has just had his feet in the fire for, we'll say that was a good couple of rounds, so
I'll
12,
put-
14 seconds. So
Uh-oh.
he is in agony at the moment.
I'm gonna pump 3 more
Great.
into him then and see if he calms down.
Okay. So he's looking. He seems to almost like when you give someone like a shot of something just to calm them. You see it in the movies, you know, they get a shot of tranquilizer or something. It kind of just chills him a bit. I mean, he's still in a lot of pain, but his breathing seems to slightly relax,
Right.
and
Okay.
he turns to Brill and says, "Thank you." And he turns to Harrow and says, "Fuck you."
Don't thank me yet. We can do this all right. Now, take a good look at me. We're looking.
Actually, I
for a
think I know
kid.
the answer, but I just want to check because we didn't do a session 0. I just want to check, is everyone okay with torture in the game? Just joking
I can
Generally,
handle that
aside,
it happens.
serious protective DM head on for a second.
On an out of game player level.
Exactly. Is everyone cool with torture?
Yes.
Yeah.
No one has anything? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
I'm
wanted
okay with it, yeah.
to check that. Yeah, because I was aware after we started to set any limits or any off limits. So if anyone on that note, just before we jump back in the game, if anyone does have any topics, subjects, anything like that that are strict no-nos, feel free to send me a private message on Discord, and I will make sure that that gets taken into the. It'll be entirely anonymous, of course, but I don't want any of you guys having to deal with anything because you. So, assuming you're all sick bees who enjoy torturing each other, let's jump back into the game. Actually, yeah, no, we'll play out a bit more. Yeah, that's fine. Let's keep going. So yeah, to Brill, thank you. To Harrow, fuck you.
Get him, Brill. Get him.
Look, just take a look at me, and I'll just explain the situation to you. We're looking for a kid. You know where he is, because you know where we need to go. Now, as far as the whole you burning to death and us helping you and bringing you back to life, and then us burning you back to death again, we will do this all night. I will help do this because it's the right thing that we do. This is the right, honourable, prideful thing to do, is to keep torturing you and bringing you back to life. So with that, I'm going to start dragging you back to this fire, and we're gonna start it again. And Brill will start dragging him back, unless of course you tell us what we need to know.
Right now.
Okay, so roll intimidation, and I'm going to say it's a straight roll, because I was going to give you advantage because you healed him, but given that you're now actively dragging him to the fire, that would give disadvantage. So let's call it a straight intimidation.
Now, if I mean mugging him can I assist?
Well,
No.
Oh!
can I spend my inspiration to give myself advantage on this then?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh!
Fuck. Right, okay. So he... At first, as you're dragging him, you think that he's just going to let you drag him all the way there and just take it. Brave, proud hobgoblin he is. And as he's getting closer to the fire and starts to feel the soles of his feet warming again, he says, "No, anything but that. Anything but that. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I know. I don't know. I assume you're looking for Cragmore Castle."
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And he says, "You're in the right area. It's round here somewhere. I've never. We get our orders sent to us. But what I do know is that the castle is protected by magic.
Oh no.
But please, that's all I know. Even knowing that I've given you this information, my employer will most likely be killed."
Can we make insight checks on him just to make sure that he's not just giving false information under "please don't burn my ass"?
By all means, anyone who wants to can make insight.
Would it help if more than one of us do it?
I'll let each of you do a separate insight check. It's not really something to give assistance on. But by all means, roll an insight check. Yeah. So, Serenity, you can't get a read on him at all. You're at the moment just so shocked at yourself. You've been so willing to go along with this brutal torture.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to rationalize it to yourself that this is so we can find, this is so we can save. But there's part of it that still doesn't sit easy.
That checks out.
Or it
Brill,
sits too easy.
you are so caught up in the moment. Your adrenaline's pumping. You haven't done anything this violent since you were human. Since you
Okay.
were converted to tiefling, the druids, although not necessarily pushovers, druids tend to have a more sedate and peaceful things, which has meant that you have had more sedate and peaceful things. So your adrenaline is pumping at the moment. You can't focus on trying to tell whether or not he's negotiating. Ochi and Haro, you are more accustomed to the suffering. And you both are more confident he is probably telling. They weren't fantastic rolls. 17 is a pretty good roll, so you can't be entirely certain, but you're fairly certain that he is actually telling the truth.
Okay, sounds good to me.
He says, he looks at you and says, please, let me go. My life is forfeit in these parts now anyway. Let me heal me more if you can, so that I can make my way safely out of these woods. Let me go. I'll start a new life in some other city.
Oh, here we go.
I won't tell anyone that you're coming, because to do that I would be signing my own death certificate anyway.
This new life that you're gonna live, is it gonna be a good one? Are you gonna be good?
Roll an intimidation check, and this one can be with advantage. You guys are. Yes, he starts crying. Actually, and he says, "Yes, I'll be good. I have family in Waterdeep. I'll go there. I'll be a baker. I'll do anything. I can't stay around here."
Brill starts crying as soon as he says baker. It's like, do it. Do it. Go be a baker. Just slaps all of his lay on hands into him.
All of it.
Oh
So
yeah,
that was
all
that was
three.
what, all three.
You got me. Got me with baker. Ay ay ay.
He says, "So I can go," and he looks at the rest of the group, especially at Harrow, who has just spent the last sort of bit of time alternating between the fire and dragging him out of the same and throwing him back in the fire.
Harrow has opinions.
Does this guy look like he just got fixed up by Brill, or is he still pretty beat up?
He is still, yeah, he's closer to death than he is to full health.
If I use a spell, will it get refreshed when we wake up?
Yes, because you're not quite at your long rest yet, so assuming nothing else happens, it would refresh him. So yeah.
Cool. I would like to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. So that is
1d8
D8 plus. I think that's your spell casting modifier, isn't it? So 6, so that's... He is looking much healthy. He says, "Thank you, I appreciate that." And he's still sort of wincing. It's not like he still has some blisters on the soles of his feet, which were pretty badly fucked up by the flames weren't too still damage him, but he's being a lot more. He says, "Thank you, the river." And I'll do a...
You cut out real bad there.
Okay, sorry. So he said, if you're ever in Waterdeep, come and find me, and I'll be glad to help you however I can.
Oh,
What's your name?
My name is Cragnan Wretch.
Cragnan Wretch?
Yep, it's in the chat.
A good, strong name.
Thank you. My family are very...
He said his family's very what?
very proud.
Well,
So I can go then?
I'm gonna say, I guess before he leaves, we should ask if he knows. Do you know anything about this Virith?
Only rumours. There are always multiple levels of disconnect between the person giving the orders and the person receiving the orders. It allows for an element of deniability.
Where were you supposed to deliver us?
Once we had you, we were told that someone would know, and someone would find us and give us more instructions. It was very much a two-part job. The first part was to capture and kill you, and then somehow someone would know that we had you, and we'd get instructions. Virith, there are rumours that Virith is a shapeshifter.
It's Droop.
But those are only...
Wait.
At which point, Droop starts running.
He was pretty handy with that crossbow now.
But like I say, Virith is a name that is whispered among groups. A name of someone who lives in the shadows and who can become essentially anyone they've ever seen.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe we should have Brill make at least one of our heads.
Out of sticks and mud?
I mean, he made that monster that looked real realistic, the monster costume.
Where is
So-
that monster costume?
You have actually just reminded me of something that I want to just double check actually, because when
No.
Brill made that costume, he used a disguise kit. And I think disguise kits are more for personal disguise rather than arts and crafts. So I just want to double check exactly what it says about disguise kits just very quickly. Because I'm not entirely sure that it would necessarily be something that could be used to make... Essentially, are you thinking sort of essentially making a bust of someone's of someone's head, like a replica of someone's head? So let's just have a look. Disguise kits. Yeah, this pouch of cosmetics, hair dye, and small props lets you create disguises that change your physical appearance. so it's not really something that could be used. I mean, theoretically, it shouldn't have been used for the Norfolk costume, but we'll say that did because I didn't pick up on it at the time. But
Oh,
it's not
fine.
like a craft kit as such. It's more for disguising yourself. So yeah, sorry, that probably wouldn't work if that's what you.
So maybe we could make a disguise, and somehow, if we're walking hunched, make it look like we're holding our own head.
Well, we could always just cut off a handful of hobgoblin heads and throw them in a bag and just have a bloody bag full of heads.
Yeah, I think you can go, Kragnard. Here's 2 gold and some water.
Should we give him some food too?
No, what? Well, if you want to. I mean, food's food.
And Cragnan takes the 2 gold and says, "Thank you, but this probably won't get me very far. Can I have some more, please?"
Absolutely. World's your oyster, and I don't give him any more.
Everybody will give her some of the rations she has that she bought.
Okay, and with that, Cragnan kind of gingerly stands up, sort of testing the weight on his blistered feet, realizes that the soles of his boots have melted, and sort of looks down at the boots and looks over at his fallen comrades, and he goes up to the first one up on the northwest corner, and he sort of pulls a boot off and holds it up to his foot, throws it to the ground, and heads over to the next hobgoblin and pulls a boot off his foot and holds it up to against the sole of his foot just to measure the size and reckons that this must be a good enough fit. And there's sort of an awkward couple of minutes while you're all grouped down here, and he sort of is leaning against this hedge trying to put on a new pair of boots. And you know that thing where you're sort of trying to put on your shoes but you can't quite keep your balance, and you're sort of holding yourself against the wall, and eventually sort of uses the hedge that's just there to kind of try and keep a bit of balance, and eventually gets the boots on and stamps his feet a couple of times to test the wear of them, and then looks over his shoulder, gives Brill a little half-hearted wave, and walks off into the distance, Incredible Hulk style, with some sad plinking music from, you assume, a squirrel in a tree with miniature
What? Wait, what? A squirrel? Everybody be on your guard.
And with that, let's take a quick break if that's okay. Are people okay for time? Do they have any commitments today, or?
We have to do some errands here in a little while. Take kids out, let them run free in the forest or stuff like that. But we still got some time.
Okay, cool. So if everyone's okay, we'll have a quick, like, sort of 5 minutes maybe, and then we'll do a bit more. Yeah, I reckon we can get a bit. Sound like a plan?
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
Yeah.
Awesome. See you in 5 or 10.
Okay.
Okay, we all good?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Yes.
So, we will say at this point, obviously, Kragnan has gone off to find his fortune amongst the dough of Waterdeep. You can return to sleep now, and then, because at this stage, it was during Harrow's watch. So yeah, you're probably looking somewhere after midnight at this point. So you are all aware that you need to get back to sleep if you want to get the benefits of your long rest in the morning. We will say that, let's say that by the time all the interrogation happened, it was probably the end of Harrow's watch. Brill, if we kind of come back to it being the start of Brill's watch, but nothing else happens during the night. Obviously, you're a bit more nervy. You're a bit more concerned that you may be attacked, given that you were attacked once already. Brill, you're kind of glad that you have taken this watch because you realize that the adrenaline is still pumping, and you feel alive. You feel alive for the first time in a while, and it's not a sense of, put it this way, your life with the druids since your conversion has been enjoyable. It's been fulfilling in some respects, but it isn't your life, and some part of you knows that it's not. And yet this intimidation that you've done tonight, this sort of subtle line between intimidating, persuading, it reminds you of your former human life and when you were in the streets and alleys of Neverwinter, always fighting to make a living, always fighting for survival, always watching your own back and watching your friends' back. And part of you realizes that you miss that. And that although you are now Brill, the tiefling, there is a part of you probably always be, or always want to be, human. And there's part of you that thinks that maybe someday you could get back to being anger. And these thoughts all come to you as you're sitting, taking watch, and the fire burns ever lower until the sun crests over the horizon, and the last of the embers die out, and the rest of the party wakes up, and you all gain your long rest. So you
Yay!
can all return to full health. You can regain hit dice, regain your various features. So tieflings get hellish rebuke back. You had it. Lay on hands is all refilled. Ochi, your key points replenished back up to 3 key points.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what do you want to do?
make breakfast, apologize profusely for the happenings of this past night, and a little more remorseful than I am as a player, but as a character,
Right.
Harrow definitely feels not good about having to do that.
We're all like, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that happened. It's great.
Like, actually furrow the brow and be like, what? No, that wasn't great.
We saved a guy. He's going to live a great life now.
Okay, let's go
Eats
with
breakfast.
that. Let's go with that. You are strangely optimistic, my tiefling friend. This little shrug. The subtleties of video are fantastic.
He's just so happy.
Well, let's hope he turns over a new leaf. Paul, what kind of armor were these hobgoblins wearing?
They were wearing, I have lost it now, hang on, I believe it was possibly chainmail. Let me just very quickly check for you. They were in chainmail, and the two with swords also had shields.
So heavy armor.
Yes.
Bugger.
Anything Droop could use? Or is he just going to stick with the crossbow since he seems to be doing so well with that?
Yeah, is there any of the armor that we can use that's smaller for Droop?
The boots?
Like maybe like a glove and just like put it over his chest or something?
Cut out the fingertips so he can slide on and just has a thumb hanging at the side.
Roll an investigation check for me, Serenity. This is where I start looking up armor properties.
Yeah.
He's got leather armor. I mean, it's not like he's hurting for
Whoa.
armor.
Only Droop related rolls can be high.
So, let's see. Let me just read up.
Can we?
So, let's go on, yeah.
I was going to say, can we put Droop in the Nothic costume and just have like a little mini me thing walking around with us?
Wow, that would be something, wouldn't it? Although I imagine, because Brill, you made it sort of for your size, didn't you?
Yeah, we'd need a lot of padding and stuff if we're
No,
going
that
to do
makes
You
that.
need two.
If-
You need
if
two
that.
troops, one on the other's shoulders.
Are you suggesting we adopt another goblin?
Oh, don't give Serenity any ideas, because she'll do it.
Hello,
We probably
Serenity's
almost
Goblin
had this
Daycare. How can I help
hobgoblin
you?
hired.
I was expecting that to happen.
I only hired creatures. Ochi is the one who wants to adopt. No, Brill. Between Brill and Ochi, they're going to find themselves a new friend who wants to master the stick.
Yes.
Oh yes.
The
No, we missed an opportunity.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Wait, come back!
Chase him through the woods. Come back. Well, he didn't get far.
What
He's
I
had a
will
couple hours
say,
head start on us.
His feet are all burned
because
up.
that was
Not
how
wrong.
many sessions have we got in before you all have become absolute psychopaths?
We started
Whoa,
in
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
first
whoa,
one.
whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's this become? We served cultists and assassins led by devils. Oh, have we forgotten to mention that?
You make a very good point, sir.
There's a reason
Let's-
why Harrow just defaults to this and then feels bad about it.
I feel like worst case, they'll fall into chaotic good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, neutral good is a dangerous
give or take.
greater good.
How many times can we say good in 1 minute?
So
I forgot what
it's a
alignment
good
I was.
thing.
Let's say, just with the
Hang on a minute, I'm
armor
neutral
question.
good.
Are you?
So
Oh, me
Me
too!
too.
Well, there's
Hang
a
on a
problem.
minute.
The greater good, saving children for killing or torturing goblins. Yeah, it seems about right.
Oh, I'm getting so much grey hair after every session. It's unbelievable. So let's say, for the armor question, because that was pretty good investigation. Let's say you find a couple of gauntlets on the smaller of the hobgoblins, the smallest of the bodies. You find a pair of gauntlets, which on the hobgoblins are designed to sort of cover up to here to give them some real protection. On Brill, not on Brill, sorry, on Droop, they essentially go all the way up to his shoulders. And what we'll
He's
say,
this
because
Doomfist goblin.
his armor class at the moment is 13. Let's say with those, because it's chainmail, let's say it bumps his armor class up to 15.
That's a good number.
So he's basically just got dual shields on his arms.
Yeah.
Essentially, yes.
You bring up a good point about shields. Perhaps we need to find him a shield as well.
Just like turtle him in.
So I realise that's sort of like slightly tongue in cheek, but what I would say is that given that he's a goblin, if he's using chainmail gauntlets, he probably would not also be able to carry a shield. Just putting that out there. I wouldn't want you to suddenly come up with a whole side quest of trying to get a shield.
Too late.
I mean, he essentially has a shield now because it took his base armor class and added 2 to it. So
yeah, exactly.
he just covers his face.
What I will do is I will double check this week. I'll make a note to myself to double check and just see. I don't think it would affect the crossbow. I'll check and see it. We'll come to some sort of compromise on how it affects his attacks and weapons and etc. etc. Is that fair?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Wonderful.
Also, I'd like to note my sister has equipped and protected this little goblin more than she's equipped and protected me.
That's because I believe in you and your ability to take care of yourself.
Serenity is just there taking in all the waifs and strays of Faerun.
It's not just Faerun.
Oh no.
So, what's the plan?
Pack up camp, continue ahead to the forest.
Find that castle.
Okay, so let's have a look at the map.
I mean, unless our objectives have changed. I think we're still looking for
This
Cragmaw Castle,
area.
right?
So, if I remember, let me just let's load up. You all entered the forest, the woods. Sorry, it's not forest, it's a wood. Forgetting that. Somewhere around here. Does that sound about right?
Looks
Yep.
good.
Okay, and it wasn't too long before you were in, before you made camp. So let's say camp was roughly around there. So on that, yeah, that would be a hex line. Who is leading the party at this point? Who's taking point?
I mean, we're still in daylight, right?
Yes, it's morning. Yes, camp has been packed.
Okay. Well,
It's
I'll take
we'll
point.
say it's early morning. Okay. So we've got Ochi up front.
Yeah.
Who's following?
Brill will, if he can, follow behind Ochi.
Okay.
I guess I'll squeeze myself into the middle.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll follow. I'll back it up. I'm the caboose.
We gotta have Droop in the middle.
Okay, so
Arrow.
let's. So I don't know if you noticed, Iris, in Droop's character sheet, I'd put a little bit in his biography saying that basically he's a good goblin who only wants to help. He will respond willingly to requests by Serenity at all times, as she has shown him the most kindness. Requests by any of the other playing characters require a DC 12 Charisma persuasion check. Given that you have now all faced battle together, Serenity still automatically passes those checks essentially, but for the rest of you, I will lower the DC to 10. So
Nice.
if any of you other than Serenity wants to ask Droop to do something, you need to roll a DC 10 persuasion check. Just so you know.
And Droop can go between me and Harrow. Like, I don't want him behind me.
Okay.
We need to magically armor him up, give him a bag of holding, and turn him into our carrier boy.
Or the
We
tank.
should just put him on like a ram, like a riding ram. For like
A war dog.
A war dog.
Why is it in every campaign the players always latch on to the silliest NPC?
Whoa. You're the one who made him silly.
Yeah, if a character is smaller than me, I'm a protect. That's it.
There we go.
I mean,
That's how it works.
Hey, it was either this guy or Pip. I mean,
No, it was Pip, and then you took him, and now we're on this mission to get him. It's all of them. I pick every battle.
It's almost like I love messing with your guys' heads.
Rude.
you're a monster is what you are.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say so, sir.
So don't judge us for putting us in a situation where we had to put a hobgoblin's feet in the fire.
That's fair. That is fair. Okay, so if Ochi is up front, let's say you travel on for about an hour through the forest. Ochi, can you make me a survival check, please? Nine. Okay, so we'll say after an hour, you are somewhere around there. Do you still want to keep leading, or do you want someone else to take the lead for a bit?
Oh no, I'll keep leading. Unless anybody has any complaints.
Only if we find our old camp.
Sounds reasonable.
Haha.
So, roll another survival check then, please, for me, Ochi. This is for the next hour.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, so you think as you're going along, you think these tracks. I'm not seeing anything that makes me think there's been lots of activity here. So you adjust course slightly, and you are somewhere around there. Make another survival check, please, for the next hour.
Nice.
Okay. You find some tracks that you think are fairly solid lead. Takes you up around here, further north. At this point, we're probably about midday, I would say. If there's anything that anyone wants to do during the day, or any sort of conversations, role playing, anything like that, just chip in with it, please. Because
Does everybody else have rations on their sheet? Because I've just been marking off a day's worth of rations for all of us each day.
According to my backpack, I have 10 yes, 10. 10 rations, 2 pounds.
Are you marking them off?
Yeah, I've got a couple of rations, but I mean, yeah, we'll finish this and I'll get.
Rations is one of those things that I'm kind of quite happy to sort of hand. I mean,
Oh, okay. I was just like, if we're gonna stop for food, we should do that now. But
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we can
by all means, you can do, by all means sort of role play it through, but rations is not one of those things that I'm going to expect you to keep 100% track of. It's at some point I may, depending on how the story goes further down the line, we may change that, or I may pose something. But for now, when you get to a village, you buy rations. It costs like a couple of silver pieces. I'm not too about that aspect of it, to be honest with you.
cool.
But
Okay.
thank you for being conscientious about it. Okay, so we are around about. What did I say? Around about there. I think I said, was it?
No, I'm pretty sure
Oh,
we're
no, it's
definitely closer to the castle.
Oh, are we? Oh, thanks, Ray. Thank you for that. Okay, so yeah, you stop, break for lunch.
Sounds good.
Look for water as well.
How many?
Crazy talk.
About how many
'Cause
days have we been out
That's
here?
what would really kill you.
So, did you ask something there, Ray? Sorry.
Yeah, since our group got together, about how many game days have we been at this?
I need to just update my timeline for the last couple of bits, but if you left Neverwinter on day, you left Neverwinter on day 14 of the month of Myrtle, and it is now seven.
Is that some kind of English slang or something?
It's the Faerun calendar,
They
actually.
have a calendar?
Yes, it's split up. It's 365 days, and
Oh,
it
that's
is
convenient.
split into months of 30 days, which are split into their version of weeks, which are called 10 days. So they have 10 days in a month, and then they have occasional additional days dotted throughout the year, sort of like festival days, and it totals 365. So that is there. So that would be day 17. Day 18 was when it was taken. So we're on day 19. So this is your 5th day together.
Wow, seems a lot longer
As a
than that.
It's amazing how time flies when you're all part of the same party of people throwing feet into fires.
Yes.
Just it really strengthens the bonds.
Eating the fire is really the only thing that breaks these days up nowadays.
We did a good thing.
Conversation around the lunchtime meal is like, so have we tortured 17 minions or 18 minions?
Show of hands, how many of you have killed children in the past?
I'm sorry, what?
You're on your own there, pal.
Cries and tragic tiefling backstory.
I'm trying to work out if Ray was in character when he asked that there.
These beans are great.
I'm not entirely certain. So it's a nice day actually. The sun is shining. The canopy overhead is starting to get a bit thicker, but there's still some sunlight breaking through. There are lots of animals around. Braille, you in particular would notice this. Some squirrels, which a couple of them seem to stare at Braille for a few seconds longer than would normally be considered comfortable.
Give him a wink and a smile.
At which point, one of them sort of actually turns its back to you, raises its tail, just to like display the squirrel anus at you.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Because clearly, word has spread in this part of the wood. It would appear that you're no friend of squirrels.
That
Does
chicken's
anyone
life.
does anyone want to do anything else while you're stopped for lunch, or do you want to keep? So,
Yeah, I think we're, at least I'm good to go.
Okay. Ochi, are you still leading, or someone else taking the lead for a while?
No, I'll keep going.
No worries. So yes, thank you. Exactly exactly that gif. Yeah. So roll me another survival check then, please, Ochi. That film confused so many children. 19. Okay, so you walk for about another hour, and you come to the same clearing that you sat down and had your lunch at.
Oh no.
Lunchtime already. These days are flying without feet to break them up.
Yeah, this seems to be the same clearing.
Oh, we need to do a perception check. That guy said it was protected by magic.
Good point.
Good call. Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone can make a perception check.
Booyah!
Well,
Thank God,
no
because
need
like
to roll now.
Does Brewer Ochi want to roll as well?
Yeah, bro. Can I roll nature to see what I see in the natural world?
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely. Okay. So, Harrow, you are almost as certain as you can be that this is the same clearing. You know that in forests, after a while, one clearing looks a bit like the other, and you know they can start with that. That's a tree resting against a path, but you're pretty sure that this is the same that you were in before. You're also that role, and given where the sun is in the sky, you are pretty sure that you should be somewhere else. You are fairly certain that you have not come back to this clearing by normal means. Serenity, you see a nice flower.
I fucking love flowers.
Ochi, you are, given that you've taken the lead, you kind of think, well, I'm sure I was going the right way, but maybe I wasn't. But I'm sure that I was. Maybe I wasn't. And Brill, you see that same squirrel come back out onto the same branch and pull the same trick with its tail again. Do you want to keep going?
Okay. We have a problem here.
Yes.
These squirrels.
Trinity with her flower, like
This clearing isn't magical, but I think we got turned around by some magic while we were forging forward.
But we were going straight like the whole time.
Well, that's how it was perceived, I would assume.
That's the magic part.
So we did it. We found where the castle is. Then,
Or at least we got close enough that their magical defenses kicked in.
So should we try again, but slower?
Maybe we should
Or
proceed forward with a little more skepticism.
Or maybe we could do it with stealth and sneak up on the castle. Okay, maybe not.
I'm pretty sure Droop's gauntlets are going to make a lot of noise.
I don't know if you can sneak up on magic either. Like, I'm not sure if that's. I don't know how to do that, and if it's a thing you can do, I would love that. In fact,
I'm pretty sure Mistra was very surprised when she got assassinated.
so to proceed with skepticism, let's go.
Okay. So, still having Ochi taking the lead? Or someone else trying?
I mean, I can give it another try. I don't know how things might change.
Take point, yo. Take point.
I'm taking point.
Okay, another survival check, please, Ochi.
just make sure to dodge any magic.
Walk with your inner eye, not your normal eyes.
Okay, so you
That's a span. Look at that.
Try
22
again.
and 3.
you
Yeah, you roll 2 crits just on either end.
you take the same path again, but this time you take your time, not traveling stealthily as such, but you just take your time and you approach with skepticism, and you seem to think that this time is going to be different. And then you turn a corner and you're back at the same
So is it happening to all of us at the same time, or like what is it? Because we're all going slower than before. So does he turns around and we follow him into the same field, but if we look behind us, it looks different now, or how is this?
If you look behind, it looks like where you've just come from. It looks like the path that you are actively watching as you walk. And there must be some point at which you're ending up here. Do me a favor, Serenity, and roll me an Arcana check, please. Yeah, you can't quite put your thumb on it. You know there must be some sort of magical means which would tie in with what Kragna told you last night.
Are there multiple like of our own footprints behind us?
Yes.
So just to clarify, if we look back, it looks like we've circled around in our footprints as well.
Yes.
So it feels like some kind of illusion or enchantment that's got us all fuddled up here. Something's turning us around and putting us on the same path over and over and over again.
You can also roll an Arcana check if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
Okay. So you are pretty sure. Let me just check one. Yes, you are.
Oh no, I killed him.
Look what you've done.
I broke him.
We were just not meant to find that castle.
Frick, its magic is spreading to the real world.
No.
No!
Sorry, I think I crapped out there.
No worries.
No worries.
How far did we get? What did you hear last?
So.
Oh, really? Shit. Right. Okay. You having some experience of the arcane and of especially using sort of warlocks magic, you have a fairly strong gut sense about lots of different types of magic, and you are pretty sure that this would be either illusion or abjuration magic.
So it
But
might
it
just
is
be
just
something
that
that's protecting it and forcing us away.
you're not sure. You aren't. It's not an area that you're specifically trained in. It's not something that you've studied as such. But your use of magic gives you a good gut feel.
Is it possible to be both? That maybe it's an abjuration spell that triggers some kind of illusionary terrain that re-guides us out.
Honest answer, it doesn't go into that much detail in the module. I will. Hey, listen, I'm not going to bullshit you.
We love that about you.
It's an introductory
I
mod.
will.
Come on.
I will. Yeah, you expect me to now know 17 pages of lore about the wizard who cast this?
I want to know
Yes,
what
tell
kind
us
of
the
missile has
history.
been erected over this. Tell me
How
its
about
secrets.
I will do some more reading up during the week, and I will put a note in the chat.
It's not really that important. This is just Harrow's mindset at this point that, well, if it could be illusionary and it could be abjuration, but if abjuration is just protection spells, and this feels like more like a fuddling, so he's just working it through so he knows what he's going to pass on, which is he's just going to go, it's one or the other. One of them is easier to bypass. If it's illusionary, we know it's there. We should be able to disbelieve it. We just need to find the thread that allows us to rationalize in our brain that we're looking at an illusion. If it's a protection spell, man, I just hope that we can outlast it.
Brill, could you roll an intelligence check, please?
What does a 5 get me?
5 gets you fuck all,
Squirrel
my
flirting
friend.
with you.
So yeah, Brill at this point notices squirrels in every single branch surrounding. Uh,
Brill is sweating.
you. There's something at the back of your mind, Brill, and you. It's something that was triggered in the last couple of days. Some conversation that you're thinking, what was I talking about? Who was I talking to? how does it tie into how we could sort this problem?
Well, I don't know anything about any of this, so maybe we should find like somebody who does.
Okay, the rest of you, can you all also please make intelligence checks?
What about your druid friend up in Thunder Tree?
Don't worry about the intelligence checks, folks.
I knew that was
Oops.
Yeah, maybe you can help
That
get
was
rid of these
painful.
squirrels.
Bro,
I don't like railroading.
Bro.
I don't like doing it,
Come
but
here.
sometimes it just a not so gentle nudge.
Bro shimmies over to Harrow.
Tell me more about this druid.
Ah, what are you doing? Kill me!
It's not about the squirrel.
But they're bad mouthing me, I know it.
I kind of look around and go, but there is a lot of squirrels around.
They keep showing me their arsehole, I still like it. It's horrible.
Fine. Thunder Tree then?
Yeah, it's freaking me out. I wanna go.
So, you would know Brill based on where Neverwinter is, where you have a rough idea where you are in the woods, and where you remember talk of Thunder Tree being in sort of conversation with your druid sort of sponsors, if you like, and also the information that was given to you by the wood worker's wife when she was telling you about her property in Thunder Tree. You reckon from here, just check something very quickly. You reckon you could probably get there if you came back out of the forest, retraced your steps. You could probably get to Thunder Tree in a day and a half. So let's say we're on about midday, mid-afternoon. So you're pretty sure that you could get to Thunder Tree by probably, you'd probably have to do the rest of today's journey, all day tomorrow, probably the start of the following.
I'll not keep that a secret. I'll let everybody know and see what they think.
Okay.
So 2 nights of camping, and
Two
then
more
2
nights,
nights
correct.
back.
Yes. Yes, to get back. Yeah, 2 nights, but 3 full days to get back. Most likely. So that would be like, assuming you left Thunder Tree. Yeah, you'd be looking probably 2 long rests, potentially 3, depending what time you left Thunder Tree on your return journey.
Okay, but the likelihood that a child's gonna stay alive for that long is pretty low.
I don't think they want to kill the child. I think they want to use that child as bait. As long as they think we're coming, he's still going to be alive. Unless he's truly just a sadist and the kid's already dead.
The note said, if you want the child, come and find us.
Come and find us, period.
Oh no, so it wasn't. Yes, come and find us. Yes. I don't know if you can roll insight on a piece of parchment. Yeah, go on. Roll insight for me, Serenity.
If he kills the child, he's got nothing to use against us.
That's true.
But if he wants us to get there, why don't we just stand and start yelling on this hour walk that we get switched around, and maybe they'll take the magic down. Just be like, hey, we're fucking here. We found your fucking... No, it's us. Here's our heads. You want to hang out?
Well, I suppose it's because he doesn't actually want to face us so much as lure us to our doom.
But we're here being lured. Here we are. Why don't we let him know that?
I mean, I don't know if yelling out into the forest is going to help.
Well, but do you think it's going to hinder?
Knock on a couple trees.
You want to spend the night here after yelling and screaming into the forest. Like, I'm fine with
Well, it's
that.
only midday, so if we take 1 more hour to walk around and yell that we're here, and if nothing happens, then we can start our 2-day trip.
I'll take
But
a rest.
Yeah. What about you guys?
It sounds good to me. Yes.
I like the idea of, just seeing if we can shout and declare ourselves, but I mean, I'm a bit suspicious about certain things around here, but it's probably nothing.
But what do you, what?
He's afraid of squirrels.
It is. I am worried about the squirrels. Maybe there's something more to them, but I don't think there is. But there might be, but I don't think there is.
Well, if there is more to them, all of them already know that we're here because they all live in the trees, and the trees are... That message will travel faster than our yells will.
Squirrels!
I'm sure it's fine.
Tell your master that we are here for the boy.
I would just rather spend 1 hour just to check that if, like, we yell, they would just let us in because they wanted us to come anyways, rather than spend 4 days and find out that that was the way that we could have got in.
Or they were expecting us to be idiots, die in the forest from exposure and starvation because of a magical enchantment.
That's true. We don't actually even know we can leave. We might be stuck in a super loop. So there's no reason not to walk and yell. So
I'm just going to have a seat and let them yell.
Okay. Roll. Anyone who's going on the little walking and rolling, walking and yelling journey, roll me a performance check,
Ooh, I'll go.
please.
Brill, what up?
that's
So,
what Ernest.
you get the feeling that, I mean, Ochi, you're yelling, but your heart's not really in it. You kind of, you seem to be more convinced by Harrow's argument. Serenity, you're giving it some good gusto with your yelling. When you're yelling, you're thinking of Pip. You're remembering the look on his face when you gave him the little bracelet from your wrist a couple of days back. And you want to save this child. Brill, you're shitting yourself because you want to get free from these squirrels. And that lends itself to so much of your yelling and shouting and screaming. And as you're screaming and yelling, you're walking along. And eventually, you turn the last corner and you see Harrow sat there on a tree stump with what I imagine is possibly a particularly smug look on his face at this point.
What a dick.
Cooking a squirrel.
Cooking a squirrel.
Well, nothing happened.
It seems your yelling had no effect.
Well, now we know.
Okay. Squirrel. My favorite of all the forest.
I don't want that demon touched thing.
I offer to share some with Brill and Ochi.
Brill declines. He's like, and he looks up to the tree branches, like, see, look, I'm not eating you.
Ochi, do you eat the squirrel?
Oh, yes. I'll have a couple bites of it.
The squirrel is delicious.
Yes.
Ochi,
It's
just
made even more delicious looking at the fear in Bill's eyes.
Brill's eyes.
Yeah, he's scared of these squirrels. He's now worried about what retribution the rest of the squirrels are going to rain down on.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
Look, you never know when you've run into the Squirrel King. He doesn't exactly wear a crown.
Squirrel King.
Then why is he called the Squirrel King?
I don't know.
Who's naming these things?
Just random druids. It's complete chaos.
Suddenly, I feel much more confident that we're going to go speak with your druid friend, Master Lord King guy.
No. No, he's from a different circle, so he's not like a
What
direct.
circle is naming squirrels king? There's no way to form a system of government. Druids naming lieges.
Oh, I thought for sure there's swords coming out of lakes.
Some watery taunt distributing swords.
The squirrels could be calling themselves king. Like, to be fair, we're going to look for a goblins in a castle.
Look, right. The affairs of squirrels are far beyond what we could possibly, comprehend. Let's
Are
just
you
leave them to their
suggesting
things.
tree-born vermin are actually putting together some kind of noble hierarchy?
Don't get. Just don't. All right.
I just want to yes or no that you are saying these tree-dwelling fuzz buckets are putting together a monarchy.
They're very crafty. I believe that they
Just
are.
a yes
I believe
or
they've
no.
I believe there are already monarchies in play.
Is Droop with us?
Droop is here.
Does he know anything about this mirage or this spell?
I thought you were going to say, does he know anything about this squirrel king?
Well, I'll ask him that later, but...
Droop
Because Droop
says that... Go on.
Well, Droop is the one that said that we had to catch a patrol. So I wonder if the patrol might have something on them that will get them past this magic spell.
So Droop listens to what you're saying and he says, honestly, Droop doesn't. Droop was just trying to... Patrol might know, Patrol might not.
There.
And it seemed like these were more like goblinoid bounty hunters that they'd been They're not actually part of Cragmaw Castle.
Yeah.
They were hired to kill us.
Yeah, from the conversation that happened, it seems they were mercenaries. They were honourable mercenaries who took pride in their work and who took pride in their contract, but they were an external.
So should we wait to see if we can find a patrol that comes through? Maybe they can... Or should we head up to Thunder Tree?
Thunder Tree seems like at least momentum.
Yeah.
I think we have been baited here with this black spider knowing full well that we would get lost, and perhaps that's the goal, is to just bog us down while whatever they're doing comes to fruition. If we move forward, at least we are moving forward.
Sounds good.
Give Brill a long look.
Let's go. Come on.
He's like already packing up and like, woo!
Let's get out of here. Get out of the woods.
Okay, so for the sake of argument and for the sake of, we'll say that the next day and a half of travel, next 2 nights, and following morning, pack up camp, breakfast, head along the track. Real was here to talk once before the discussion. Gradually, the trail becomes a wind, dilapidated, choke.
Paul, we're losing you.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Thank you. I thought I was losing my mind.
Well, I can't speak for that, but
I'll try without camera for a bit and see if that makes a difference.
okay.
So yeah, you're approaching the ruined village of the Tree. Dilapidated buildings are choked in vines and brush. Ahead of you, in the distance, in the middle of the settlement, rises a steep hill upon which stands a stone tower, a partially collapsed roof, and an adjoining village. A dirt road hugs the base of the hill and wends its way between old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins with interiors open to the weather. Other buildings appear more or less intact. The whole place is silent. A wooden sign is nailed to a post nearby. The sign reads, "Danger, plant monsters and zombies." Back. And that is where
Plant monsters and zombies, guys. This is gonna be great.
Awesome.
There's an app for that.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's just
It is.
Brill's cup of tea, like encapsulated.
Oh yeah.
cool. So that was not the way I thought some of that was going to go. I'll be honest.
Right.
Including setting Hobgoblin's feet on fire. That threw me.
There are a lot of demons here for there to be as little torture as there is. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's a fair. That's a fair.
He's all right. He's all right now. I mean, it's all good in the end.
We just gotta meet in the middle is all right. Like these, like the siblings are coming from like dark tiefling land, and you're like learning to be a tiefling, so we'll meet in like moderate torture in the middle.
Moderate torture.
The alternative was him dying, so maybe this was a good thing.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's like it's one of those like begrudging kind of things. It's like, man, we've kind of painted ourselves in the corner with some lousy rolls and just being like, well, we need this information because there's lives at stake. I'm really sorry, but this is, if you're going to be an unwilling participant, we need to coax you into the realm of willing. Eventually we'll have potions and stuff, but right now we have to kind of be old fashioned.
I can keep coming up with excuses just for the poor behavior. I can just keep doing it.
Yeah, villains, the best villains usually think they're doing the right thing, so we're well on our way.
Exactly.
Now, to be fair, we did murder the crap out of all of his friends, so it's like...
I think what we're getting from this is that it's going to turn out at the end of this, Brill was a big bad all along.
No,
I don't know. His monologue to that hobgoblin about we can do this all day was fantastic.
It was awesome.
So good.
Yeah. Some really good role play in there tonight from all of you, to be honest. How are people set for next Saturday?
As far as I know, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Steve's tired but good. Cool. Shall we aim for same time next Saturday then?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. And I will check the thing about Droop's AC and just make sure it won't mess up mechanically too much. Was there anything else that I had to check? I can't remember.
No.
I don't think so.
Notes.
Not anything that I think had like any major impact on anything.
Awesome. Right. I will speak to you all next week then.
Alrighty. See you later, guys.
You.
Thanks everyone.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Ah.